You've created this wonderful ecosystem of startups at T-Hub. You deal with a lot of them, you provide mentorship, there's mentorship available, funding available. What is the sense you get? Is spring likely to come sooner than we expect now, or is the worst over? What was the sense?
Sure, I think, I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer to that. So I think, 2021 was an anomaly. It is what you call a scorching summer, followed now by a harsh winter, right? So having said that, and I think Siddharth referred to a number of factors, interest rates, Ukraine, etc., right? So all of that is reality. Now, again, one has to look for silver linings sort of thing. So obviously, if you look at numbers, if you look at, for example, the Q1 of this year, funding dropped by about 75%, right? And if you look at even the last month, right, overall investment came down to about from 1.91 billion, it came down to 1.05, almost a 47-48% drop. So reality is there is a slowdown, right? Now, but I think just building on what Siddharth said, clearly I think the push now is to get your unit economics in place, figure out how is there a path to profitability, right? I think it's hard to envision, a situation where businesses can keep continuing to burn money endlessly with no clear path to profitability. So I think we are starting to see some sanity return. I think good businesses will continue to get funded. We are also seeing, interestingly, in the work we are doing, we are also starting to see a lot more. Today, again, I think there's one more factor we have to think about, which is, end of the day, I think the VC world, and Siddharth, you can add to this, I think is there's a recognition that, our overall pool is still fairly shallow. I think a lot of businesses which got funded, particularly in the B2C space, were predicated that the consumption will keep, it's an ever-growing spiral. Reality is, I don't think there are more than 100 million consumers. So think about this, right? If you think of Zomato, they have, end of the day, for a business which has been around for as long as they have about 50 million consumers, right? You think of PhonePe, for example, or UPI in all. Right. It's only about 250 million out of 1.3, 1.4 billion. So I think there has been a correction. I think people are starting to recognize that growth is possible, but you have to be frugal. And second is, the market is not as deep as they thought it should be.